The northeast of Nigeria was known for its reflection of a rich cultural heritage, from the land of beauty to the home of peace and the pride of the Sahel. The story was the same: growth and development, until a humanitarian crisis that would last for a decade disrupted this, making millions of people dead, maimed, displaced, abused, homeless, and in need of assistance. Women and girls have been particularly affected, with high rates of gender-based violence and limited access to basic services.
When the Boko Haram come to our village, they were fighting in our village. So we asked to run and leave the village. I run alone. My parents follow their own way and I follow my own way.
Da na tashi daga Bama, Boko Haram ne kore. To fitan da muke suna zuba bindiga muna gudu. Kuma ko ruwa garin. Ka ji tsoro na ce a gwanda mu je Maiduguri, in abin ya lafe mu dawo.
Mu da a can muke wajen karfen can kudu da lokacin da muka zo garin nan duk ba gidaje sosai. To muna zaune sai muka ji labarin wannan. Sai muka zo muka kawo kukan mu gurinta. To da muka kawo kukan mu gurinta sai ta taimaka mana.
Ina zama a IDP camp tare da iyayena. Shekara 8 da sun shige. Muna zama a St. Teresa Bifwa Ofa Lingere. Sannan an zo an gina mana gida a nan. Sai an kawo mu nan. An ce mu zo mu zauna a nan.
This is a journey into the lives and work of women-led organizations in Northeast Nigeria. In the face of multiple challenges, women-led civil society organizations have emerged as key actors in promoting women's rights and gender equality in Northeast Nigeria. Women are key to building sustainable peace and development in this region. Women-led CSOs provide critical support and services to women and girls who have been affected by the conflict by running shelters and safe spaces for survivors of gender-based violence.
My son-in-law, the husband to my first daughter, was killed by Boko Haram. He was a person that loved to have glasses on. And you know, having a glass is like a symbol of westernization, of which the Boko Haram are against. So to me, if I was able to offer my assistance to those that are victims, then I must have contributed in fighting the Boko Haram in my own way.
First and foremost, I have the vision of educating women that are in the outskirts of Humanitarian. I have the vision, the passion to reach them, to give them something that I know they don't have, like a basic education. And if you are not well informed as a woman, it gives back to some social viruses.
NOCAP came in 2022, and I personally love their agenda, which is focused on building our capacity, strengthening the women-led, strengthening us. I was among people that was also supported by NOCAP to go for a training where we got to see the funding entry process for NHF, see what is expected, see what is required, and they also offer to help us develop a strategic plan for 3 years as women-led network here in the Northeast, so we can be able to support the work that we do. So NOCAP is currently supporting us developing that strategic plan, and the exposure of doing that has also made us to gain some level of knowledge in seeing the need to have strategic plans and organization in supporting the work that we do. So NOCAP is coming with capacity building, and the exposure is taking us to a certain level of light that is commendable.
Our history with NOCAP came through the food security sector, and it was a capacity building or localization for partners. That's the first time I even got to hear the word NOCAP. And I asked the facilitator, what's this? He said, that's NOCAP, and they're to build capacity of partners in respect to localization in the food security sector.
NOCAP, I can say they are one of our partners. They've done a lot for us in terms of capacity building for our staffs, especially in the area of milk, that's M&E.
NOCAP have really developed us or has really supported us in strengthening our capacity within our organization, so that we can be able to deliver, we can be able to achieve, not just delivering and achieving, but we'll be able to sustain at the end of the day, even if when the international community leave, with the local actors, our our capacity has been enhanced to an extent whereby we can be able to sustain and to move on. We have what we call the meal framework. The meal framework was sponsored by NOCAP to women-led civil society organization in Borno State. And that film framework is a platform whereby women will showcase our evidence-based interventions, response, and then development at a global level, whereby people will see what we are doing as women for ourselves, to ourselves, and then to achieve and to overcome the barriers that are really pressing us down.
Women-led CSOs in the Northeast Nigeria are making a real difference in the lives of women and girls. Empowering and protecting them gives them hope for a better future.
Anything that you've done, if you don't document it, it's as if you haven't done it.
We're also trained on the recent one which you did, which is the documentary and data collation techniques, which will really help us in going out to collect data, what is needed, how we can do it better. We will also showcase the activities we are doing, because we also realize that part of the reasons why we are not accessing funding, or while many of the women-led are not seen in the limelight, is because they are not also showcasing in a good, communicable manner.
The documentary film training is one of our highlight of trainings we've received so far. If we know how to shoot documentary videos, know what is required to even shoot any kind of video to tell our story regarding the work that we do, we will also be like all these other organizations that we admire in Lagos, in Abuja, because we see that they have capacity to tell their stories well with the kind of videos, pictures, documentaries that they make. But we did not have this capacity before now.
Photography or camera or documentation in terms of pictorial is something that is impactful, is something that is evidence-based, is something that is sustainable. Even when you are not there, somebody can come back and refer to it and see it. And so the training we had regarding how we can document our own activities was very powerful to us.
There are challenges about, like I told you, one, if only the donor can listen to us. We, the local CSOs, localization policy, in my own opinion and in my own understanding, I feel localization should be allowed those local defunding to local CSOs. We are the grassroots movement, the grassroots soldiers who work locally with the grassroots beneficiaries.
We want to be seen at the global level, not only in Borno State in Nigeria, at the northern region, but we want to be seen.
You cannot build a capacity under the classroom or under your office. It takes you to go to the field to do one assignment or the other. How can you go to the field without somebody funding your activities? We need funds.
We are doing something. There are women in Borno State that are doing things silently.
It's a challenge of a woman coming in front, a woman championing something, a woman being seen, because the normal thing was a woman is supposed to be at the background. However, it is a challenge for us because the patriarchal posture of our society sees women as the people who are supposed to even operate from behind, even when we want to operate. So this has been a challenge at individual levels, at family levels, and at community level. And also particularly, despite the fact that they realize or recognize that women are in bad shape or they need help, they didn't want like women to be the ones to do. But at the same time, the men will not be able to also work as effectively as the way we work with our fellow women because we know better.
2016, when the problem started, I was running this organization with my money because you have to build a portfolio. One of the things they ask you is the fact that what experience do you have? And if you don't give us money, funding, what experience can we have? So you have to start looking for philanthropists here. You have to look for families here to contribute to what you are doing. You are passionate about what you are doing. You want to achieve success and what have you. So you have to build your own portfolio, doing little things. I remembered I paid the salaries of teachers for 6 months to be able to teach people in Teachers Village, women and girls in Teachers Village. We also did economic empowerment. We only wanted about 50 people. Over 300 widows by Boko Haram, it turned up.
I get obstacle of demands of, you choose to be my girl, let's go out on a drink. When I start saying no, it seems I'm obstructing. So I face obstruction whereby because I said no to the advancement, I don't get a chance to get opportunities. So I see that more often as a woman.
Mace ne za ki same ta tana da orphans, yara 6 marayu, 7 marayu. Dan kin bata wani shinkafan ki kwano 2 kwano 3. Sannan dan empowering ɗinta da kika yi bai wuce abin 5,000 6,000 ba. Kin ga it won't take her long. Kuma sannan yaran nan muna so mu ga mun yi rolling din su back to school.
The most vulnerable people. When I say most vulnerable, I mean the women, the children, the old age, IDPs, and people with special needs or people with disabilities. So one is access to justice to them, 2 is protection area, and then 3, we implement on GDP activities. Any kind of GDP that's gender-based violence, it could be rape cases, it could be domestic violence, any form of violence against women and children or people with disability.
Ni ce yarinyar da mahaifina mun ciki, sai ya zo ya kore ni daga gidan shi. Da ya kore ni daga gidan shi sai na je na zauna a asibiti general. Ina zaune a can kuma har wa'yansu mutanen da security wurin suka zo suka gane cewa ina zaune ne kawai ni kaɗai, suka tambaye ni na faɗa musu abin da yake damuna. Sai suka ɗauke ni suka kai ni CID. Da suka kai ni CID shine sai sa Hajiya Altine suka zo su suka ɗauke ni suka kai ni wajen wata mata ta riƙe ni. Kuma har yanzu ina zaune a gurinta. Suka zo daga baya ban da lafiya suka kai ni asibiti. Bayan an riƙe ni asibiti ma su suke kula da ni. Da magunguna an rubuta suna siya mu da duk abin da ake bukata suna yi min shi.
After we met with them, we decided that instead of giving them fish, we'll give them fish, but we shall also teach them how to fish. All right, so we gave them a training.
Mun yi hijira mun dawo cikin nan. Akwai abin da ya faru da ni. In na zauna ina yin tunani a kan shi. Shine suka dauke ni dinkin keke. Ina yin dinkin keke. In na je gurin keken sai in rage damuwa na saboda akwai mutanen da muna hira da su. Sai in rage damuwa na. Yau da gobe, yau da gobe. Yanzu a cikin 100 ma kashi 80 ma ya ragu.
Before, I don't know how to talk to people the way they understand. But now, at least, we can try. Talk to people and they understand.
Da saboda kunya ko waje ma bara in ya fita. To kun saboda taimaka mana da buɗe mana kai da suka yi ne yasa har muke yanzu shiga cikin jama'a ba mu wajen kunya wani ne muke ayyukan mu haka.
Lokacin da na samu cikin yaran iyayena ta farko sun ƙini, ne suka kore ni, sannan na Hajiya Nafisa da ƙanwar mamana suka haɗa ni da waɗannan, sannan suka ɗauki a ƙaddara ne, sai na zauna a wajensu. Ta zo na ni ɗinki, ta zo na ni saƙa.
Sunan mu canjo ne sunan mu. To shi yasa ne yanzu kowa ya ga mu mai mun shiryu ba kamar na da ba. Na da ko asalin 5 ma ana son mu ne? Babu, mun canja.
There are women in Borno State that are doing things silently. When you talk of reintegration, many women that are coming from the bush, they are not being reintegrated properly. They have needs, they have problems. And if we don't meet the needs of these women, then it will be like a cycling process whereby this problem will not be solved. But by the time we're able to reach out to women, you can do what no man can do for you. And then with little resources, they'll be able to establish themselves and to support their family, and then not to cope negatively. We want them to cope positively, we need a positive coping mechanism.
Fund, and fund.
We appreciate what NOCA have done, but to us, we still need more, or we still expect more.
Investment in the women is not just a smart thing to do, it's also the right thing to do.
Supporting these organizations can help to build a more just and equitable society for women and girls.